Hey, what's up? This is another episode of World Thrift Live. This is actually one of the first episodes where we're actually going to be refining the segment. So before we were doing like a 10 question segment, we've now refined it, kind of paired up a couple of the questions, but basically it's going to be trimmed down from about 40 minutes to an hour like it was before to around 20 to 40 minutes. Tonight we have a guest coming from Central U.S. from Kansas, and his name is Kyle Trompeter. So he's going to go ahead and join us here soon. Kyle, he actually just jumped in, so hit the request and then it'll split the screen and we can get started. But yeah, so tonight will be one of the first segments where it's actually, like I said, trimmed down, and it'll be like that coming from now on. So we're going to try to trim it down to about 20 to 30 minutes. All right, so he just jumped in, so here soon we'll get started. Kyle, what's up?
Okay.
Hey, can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It just takes a minute to set in sometimes.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. All right, so kind of what I was just telling everyone before, when we first started this, we were doing kind of like a 10 question segment, but we've trimmed, so it's going to kind of only be about like 20 or 30 minutes.
Okay.
We'll just get started. Just kind of give us just your name, age, and then your current location if it's different from where you're from originally.
My name's Kyle Trompeter. I'm 20 years old. I live in Lawrence, Kansas. That's where I've always lived, so haven't moved since.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and just tell us about your brand and how you got started.
Okay, so my brand is kind of I sell clothes on Depop. It's not necessarily like I have my own clothes or anything.
Right. But you
I kind of
what I think is cool about you is I guess it is different. Like I guess you just, like you say, you just sell clothes on Depop, but like you kill it on Depop. So to me, I think it's cool that you just utilize your name as your brand. Like with us, it's like Thrift is our brand, but with you, it's kind of you just utilize your name. And then I think the first thing that also drew me to you is the fact that you utilize yourself as a model as well.
Yeah, I kind of do it all by myself. That's like I take the pictures with the self timer and everything. It's just so I guess it's kind of like it's nice because then I don't have to have people help me and stuff.
Right.
So
what, you just set up like a tripod or whatever and then do the
Yep. And right outside my house.
That's
it's
awesome.
pretty easy.
Yeah. But they come out pretty clean. What do you use, like portrait mode or something?
Yeah, I just use my phone.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, but that's pretty cool that you kind of just it's just like a one-stop shop and you do it all solo. But you do very well on Depop, so that's really
cool. That's kind of just once it started doing well, it was like there's no reason to go anywhere else because that's where people know me from. That's where people buy my stuff.
Right. So. Right. Yeah, because that is one thing is you do have like a relatively low following here on Instagram, right?
Yeah, because I don't necessarily. I post on my story. I post things on my story,
right?
Like things that I find that I think are cool. But like people on here on my Instagram, this one, I don't post anything necessarily about what I'm doing.
Right.
Just because it's this is me as a person, and not me as a brand.
Right.
So a lot of the people that were following me before I was doing this are still following me, and some of them might not care. So it's I don't really want to switch over to that. If I wanted to, I would just create a new account.
Right. Okay. So how many followers do you have on? Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. How many followers do you have on Depop? It's a shit ton, right?
I think it just hit 14,000 2 days ago.
14,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on here, it's what? It's like 1,000, I think, right? Or in the hundreds.
It's 600 or 700.
Yeah.
Once I started gaining a following on there, I put my Instagram handle in there just because people like to know that. They just to stalk, I guess.
Right.
But it went up, it just keeps going up because people keep following me that come from there. So that's why, yeah.
Okay, so tell us, what's your favorite brand, and then do you have any favorite like resellers that you like to buy off or anything like that?
I'd have to say like I really like Tommy, like a lot of people do. So,
For sure.
um, I don't know. I feel like I like a lot of brands that like most of like the vintage community doesn't really care about.
Right.
Like,
A lot of like I know what you mean. Like a lot, like your favorite thing, you like all the striped shirts and stuff,
yeah,
right?
I like the just the wacky stuff, the crazy colors. Like, I don't know. That's kind of what I look for. So, and that's what people buy. So that's what I sell the best.
Yeah, one of my favorite shirts I even have in my collection is the one I got off you, the free sex shirt.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that thing is crazy.
yeah. I don't. That was so long ago.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite like resellers that you buy off or anything?
Well, it's kind of random. Like I buy from all different sites. Like what I do is I like looking for like deals and stuff. Like I catch people like selling things for less than than like most people would sell it for. So I
Right.
just like I go on eBay. I look on here sometimes just because sometimes uh people post things that interest me. Obviously, I buy a lot off of Depop just because it's where I look all the time. I'm always on there. So,
Right. For sure. Okay, cool. All right, so do you have any like short term and then like long term goals with this?
um, I don't really have any like long term goals necessarily. Maybe just like to start my own kind of like clothing line. Maybe just some. I don't know. It kind of interests me. I haven't really thought too much about it just because um, I'm in school now, so it's like I'm just trying to done with school so I can keep
Yeah.
doing this.
For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I understand that. When I first started this, I was in college, and that was kind of the thing. I kind of just like secured the name online and started building up my collection a little bit, and that's exactly what I was always saying. Was like, yeah, I do this, but kind of just waiting to graduate and figure things out from there. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm kind
I,
of just
you're pretty young, so you've got time for sure.
yeah, yeah, I have a lot of time to figure
Um,
things out.
what's on your Grail list?
Um, I think I wrote some stuff down. Um, I always look for Guess jeans, cause I don't know, I like the brand too. I've never found a Guess jeans striped shirt, so and I found some like regular Guess shirts, but I've never found one of the striped ones, and so I've always wanted to find one of those. Um, Probably also some vintage yellow Converse, just because yellow is one of my favorite colors. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Would you say, like on a daily basis or really like on a weekly basis, how often would you say you're going out thrifting and then like consistently put like what's your like on Depop like are you posting once a week? Are you posting every day? You know, what's your routine?
Um, I kind of post like it's kind of random. I try to post like at night because that's when more people are on and look at
Right.
it and like it. In terms of like thrifting, I don't have classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so that's kind of like when I do most of it.
Right.
And where I go is I go to the Goodwill, the bins, and like it for me, it's like it's an hour away from where I am,
Oh,
but like for me, it's worth it if I'm only going twice a week, and it's like the only way I can get like it's really the only way I can get like my good stuff because like the thrift stores where I live are just like not very good. We only have like two, and they're just mediocre,
yeah.
and I don't find too much.
Yeah,
So that's
that's what I try to tell a lot of people, like where we live, and then people that we talk to in LA and stuff. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of people who really don't have too many options, so you have to,
yeah.
sometimes just work with what you have.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's cool. So you'll drive like an hour to go to the bins. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I was there today, but it's not too bad. I've gotten used to it.
Right. With your photos, because they are like, it is like you said, like it's you doing everything. does it take a little bit longer? And like, are you dedicating a certain amount of time to take those photos every week?
The photos, it's kind of just like whenever I end up washing everything. I
Right.
usually have like a certain day where I just go through everything I have and I wash all of it, and then I end up taking the pictures. It just kind of depends because I like taking my pictures outside. I don't necessarily have like a setup or anything.
Yeah.
I just like taking it like if it has to be like nice outside, like sunny, just because I like the pictures to look like good, but not like because like if it's like cloudy and stuff, then like the
The
pictures are
lens.
blurry and yeah, pretty obvious. But
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, no, honestly, when I first joined Depop, that was like the thing that caught my eye with your page. I was like, dude, this kid's photos are like super on point. And I kind of noticed like when I went and looked at your location that it was Kansas, and I always looked at the background and stuff, and I was like, that is so funny. He's just like, I could tell, like you say, you just take them right at your house. But
yeah,
I love that because I was like, it's A, so natural, and like you say, like, you kind of just have to work with what you have there. So I think it's really cool.
yeah, that's kind of what Depop is. Like it's more like I feel like people do focus more on the pictures. It's kind of like Instagram while also like selling things.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah, we do most of our stuff on Instagram. We have a Depop, but I kind of mainly just use it for buying. But
yeah,
we get little sales here and there. But I always say, I'm like, we need to post more on there because I swear we would sell more on it.
yeah.
Um, what have you sold anything that you wish you could like buy back, or anything that you know, I don't know, maybe like traded or something like that that you wish you could get back?
I don't know. I feel like I keep a lot of things,
Yeah.
so it's kind of hard. Because I don't know, I like I do sell some things. I feel like maybe if like it fit me, I would keep it. But I don't know, I keep a lot of things. So it's kind of like I don't really get rid of something unless I like I don't know. It's just kind of like I don't know.
Yeah. Now with some like most of the items that you sell, they're like really fairly priced. But some of the ones that you found, like for instance that one Smith shirt, like what would be the most expensive item you've ever sold before? Like what was something that you like got and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna be able to like cash in on this, and then you were able to like really get a really good chunk of change for it.
Well, probably about like a little bit like I've been going for a while, but like probably about year and a half ago, I found at the Goodwill bins, I found the big flag Tommy jacket with the big lettering on the back,
Okay.
and I made about like 350 on that. And
Really?
then
Awesome.
yeah, the Smith shirt, like I thought I was gonna get more for that, but it was just like some of those old like shirts like that are that old. They're just so shrunk that like they're harder to sell because they're so
Right.
small.
Right.
Um, there was actually like there's this like I guess there's this like smaller like community kind of like thrift store that kind of looks like a house where I live, and I found a Sonic Youth shirt there, and I sold that for like 250, 300 pretty quickly. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Now, have you ever traveled and like gone thrifting anywhere or anything like that?
Not really. I went to St. Louis, which is only like 4 hours away,
Okay.
but they have two Goodwill outlets,
Okay.
and they were pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I drove through St. Louis before, and honestly, like I was pretty surprised. It seemed like a pretty big city, so I figure you could
yeah.
probably find some good stuff there. Now, have you ever done like a physical pop up or anything like that and sold in person?
Not really. I've thought about it, but I just don't know the right place
Right.
to do it. There's no real like kind of like way to do it where I live.
Right. I figure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, like, what's it like out there? Like, are there a lot of other resellers, or is it just you? Like, would you say is there a lot of competition in your area?
Um, like there's like at my bins there's like I could name a lot of people, but
Right.
like they're kind of like they come on and off. There's only like a handful of people that come often. Um, it's kind of just random. They don't look like we all kind of look for the sort of the same thing, but I look for some things that are different, so it's not as like competitive as it could be. But yeah, it's a little bit easier because some of the things, like I said, I look for, they would probably like pass up because they just don't, their audience, that people who are buying from them don't necessarily look for that kind of specific type of item.
What would you say is your like the best thing you have in your personal collection? Like your most prized T-shirt or jacket or item?
That's really hard. I think I have a Nike jacket that I like a lot. I bought it off someone, but they were like really cheap with it. It's just a windbreaker, but it has "Just Do It" down the side and like all different colors and stuff. Yeah.
Do you have any of your striped shirts that you could show us? Because I've always thought the ones you wear are pretty cool, and I've kind of been always collection.
Yeah, 1 second. I have them all in like a drawer.
Okay.
I have let me try and set this up. So I have like too many. But I have this one, which I posted an Instagram picture with.
Okay.
And then this one I also posted an Instagram picture with. This is one of my favorites. I wear it all the time. This one's Quicksilver, but the colors were nice. So
Right.
I think I found this one myself, actually.
Now for you, that's what I've always thought is like everyone, if they're like wearing a striped shirt, they're like, oh, it has to be Guess. But I think what's cool is that's like the last thing that's important for you. Like,
yeah, I really don't like I don't
like you don't even care. Like,
yeah, it doesn't bother me. That's one thing is like I'm not like, along with like the competition type thing, is I'm not someone who's like it has to be a brand. Like people who buy from me don't really care that much either. Like they're not like sometimes I'll post something that's a brand and it will get less likes than anything else I post. So
right.
And then there's
the free sex shirt. Like I feel like even that was kind of like a little bit off of your normal.
Yeah, but I like that's something that I knew that like someone would pick up. Like
exactly.
I just knew. Like there's certain things that are like pretty like you just know that someone's gonna want it. So there's no point to pass it up. So
dude, I love that shirt. It's literally one of my favorite shirts in my collection. Like
yeah.
I was so happy when I was able to get that.
So I guess I have some more. I have this one, which looks like it has like little like bugs or something on it.
Right.
And then there's these two that are like the same, only like different. They're the same brand, only like different colors. I think I posted a picture.
Oh, those are sick. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just
cool. Well,
I found one and then it just kind of went from there.
Yeah. For anyone watching or whatever, if you find any dope striped tees, hit Kyle up because he's always in the market to buy one.
Yeah, I'm always looking.
Yeah. All right. So final question. And this one is kind of, it's not something we would ask normally because most of the people we talk to sell strictly on Instagram or have websites and stuff. So for anyone watching, what would you say are some big tips you would say for people that want to start selling on Depop or want to increase their sales on Depop?
Like I said, one of the main things on Depop is pictures, and that's what people like. If the picture catches your eye, then they're gonna click on it, and they're gonna definitely like look at it. Also, it's kind of hard. You kind of have to have good things. Like you can't just post things that are like simple and boring and expect a bunch of people to follow you. Right. I think one thing that kind of helped me at the beginning was I was putting like 2 or 3 like of the main hashtags that like a lot of people use on Depop, that because at at the time I started, I think they were going through those hashtags, and that's how they would like feature people and put them on the explore page. And that's kind of like me getting on the explore page with the pictures I had and the items I was posting had people following me.
Right.
And that's kind of how it worked out.
Cool.
So
That's awesome.
that's how I gained the following.
So would you say on Depop that, or just in general, do you think that wearing the clothes helps to sell the item more so than staging it on maybe a whiteboard or something like that?
Oh yeah, you have to. It's so much easier because half the time, like people have told me who don't do it. Half the time they just like get questions that are just like, "Can you try it on?"
Right.
Or like, "Can you measure it?" and stuff like that. Which is why I always put the measurements now, because people are gonna ask anyway. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think what's funny is sometimes you'll get like a double XL shirt and you'll try it on and it'll go past your knees and you just pull it and do the big smile and just.
Yeah, I don't even care. Like it can be a woman's shirt and I'll put it on just because hey, anything for money. So.
Right. That's awesome. And then another thing that I've always thought was cool is like, yeah, in every single photo you smile. And then another one big thing is, I think it's even in your tagline, is it's "Don't forget to smile," or something.
Oh
like
yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, that's just like something I like came up with a long time ago because I don't know, I just thought a lot of people on there just kind of like trying to act so serious and like
Right.
they look like they kind of just look like, some of them just kind of look like they were like forced to put it on and they're bored and like don't want to be doing it. So I was like, and then like once I started the smiling thing, people really liked it. I'd get a lot of comments about it. So so I just kind of kept doing it because it helped and it worked out. And I don't know, I'm just like a genuinely like usually like pretty happy. So
yeah, I always liked it because I thought, it was very true to you. It was true to the photos, and then I always thought it was like just kind of a positive message for people. And I think that your page kind of gives that off to people as well. So I don't know. That was something again that kind of caught my eye. So yeah, for sure, I think that's something good for sure. But yeah, man, we really appreciate your time and definitely appreciate you doing the interview with us. Is there anyone you want to like shout out or anything you want to say before we go?
I don't know. This is really fun. I don't do a lot of things like this, so especially on this kind of Instagram thing, because it's not necessarily like all about my Depop. It's just like it's about me. So
yeah, for sure. All right, man. Well, yeah, we appreciate it. We'll stay in touch and we'll let you know if we're ever in Kansas. And then again, if anyone finds any dope striped tees, hit Kyle up and he'll buy them from you to add to his collection. But yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye.